Have you ever reached the end of a day and wondered, wait, did I actually live through that, or was I just going through the motions? It's almost like you're watching your life from the sidelines, just doing what's expected, but not really feeling present. If you've ever asked yourself, did I even feel anything today? Trust me, you're far from alone. Let's talk about 7 signs you might be stuck in numb autopilot, and why it's so much deeper than just being tired. First up, the blurry day effect. Think about those days where you know you got out of bed, maybe even checked off a bunch of tasks, but when you look back, it's all a fog. You can't quite remember the details, just the sense that your mind was somewhere else while your body took care of business. This is your brain hitting autopilot, usually to shield you from stress or overwhelm. But when this becomes your normal, life starts to feel flat, like all the color's been drained out. So what else can signal you're running on numb autopilot? Now, here's where it gets interesting: conversations on loop. You're talking to people, maybe your partner, your friends, coworkers, but later, you realize you can barely recall what anyone said. You nodded, smiled, maybe even said the right things, but it felt automatic, like you were just playing your part. Afterwards, you might wonder if you actually connected with anyone at all. This isn't just about being distracted, it's a sign your emotional energy is running low, so you default to surface-level interactions. Over time, that sense of distance can become your new normal, even if you're surrounded by people. Next, think about this: forgetting what you enjoy. Maybe you used to get excited about certain hobbies, music, favorite foods, or shows. But lately, nothing really lights you up. When someone asks what you do for fun, you honestly have no idea. It's not that you suddenly hate these things, they just don't spark anything in you anymore. Psychologists actually have a name for this: anhedonia. It's what happens when your mind slips into survival mode. Numb autopilot takes away the highs and the lows, leaving you stuck in the gray zone where joy feels out of reach. But here's a sign you might not have thought about: impulse scrolling. You know those moments where you pick up your phone and just start scrolling, news, social feeds, anything, without even really deciding to? Suddenly, an hour's gone by and you can't remember half of what you saw. You're not searching for anything specific, you're just feeling a kind of emptiness. Mindless scrolling is a way to dodge uncomfortable feelings or the emptiness that comes with numb autopilot. The more you disappear into screens, the more disconnected you feel from your own life. Let's look at another subtle sign. Here's one that might sound familiar: emotions on mute. You notice you're not especially happy, but not really sad either, just blank. Something good happens, you put on a smile. Something bad happens, you brush it off. It's not that you don't care, it's more like your real feelings are behind a thick pane of glass. Sometimes you might even feel guilty for not reacting the way you think you should. This is your mind trying to protect you from emotional overload by turning down the volume on your feelings. But living in this muted state can leave you feeling cut off from your own experience. Let's keep going. Now this one might surprise you: tasks without purpose. You move from one thing to the next, work, chores, errands, but nothing really feels connected to a bigger picture. You're just crossing things off the list to get through the day, not because any of it matters to you. Maybe you used to care about doing things well, but now it's just about being done. This isn't just a routine, it's a sign you're in survival mode, not really living. When you lose your sense of purpose, motivation starts to fade too, and that's a warning sign that numb autopilot has taken over. Let's look at the last sign. Finally, losing track of time. Days, weeks, even months can blur together. You check the calendar and think, how is it already this far into the year? Your memories feel out of order, almost like you've been watching your life instead of living it. This sense of time slipping away is a classic sign of living on autopilot. When you're numb, your brain stops making strong memories, so everything just turns into a mental fog.